Now we've had Take That, the Backstreet Boys, Led Zeppelin and Fleetwood Mac, but now it's vinyl making its comeback in the music industry. Sales of vinyl records are at their highest for 25 years, with a new generation of collectors buying albums, even if they have no plans to play them. Streaming sites are still the preferred method of listening to music, but for some, you can't beat the purity of a record. David Sillito reports now on the vinyl revival.
Led Zepp 2, classic album.
For Phil Barton of Sister Ray Records, there is no debate. Music just sounds better when it comes on a 12-inch disc. But as a business, it's been tough. However, things have begun to change.
Listen, 10 years ago, I'd have given you the keys to the shop and said, look, you know, I can't make any money out of this. So I didn't realise this stuff was still going to be hanging around.
David Bowie was the biggest seller last year. Prince was also in the top 10, along with Amy Winehouse, Fleetwood Mac and the Beatles. So over the last 10 years, sales have grown by 1,500%. However, a recent survey found that nearly half, 48%, were never played.
Of course, it's worth putting this into some sort of context, because imagine that each of these records represents 1 million sales. The BPI says if you add in streaming, digital downloads, CDs, about 123 million albums were sold last year. The number of vinyl albums sold last year, 3 million.
But both are dwarfed by the real music titan, streaming.
Streaming is a totally different beast, really. 45 billion streams. It's at the other end of the spectrum. It's not really recorded music in the physical format as we know it.
But it is felt that streaming can help younger listeners to eventually try the hard stuff.
Quite a lot of people at uni buy vinyls.
Do they?
Yes. They do, don't they? They do.
No, it's got an inner sleeve here.
However, for some, this was an entirely new experience.
It's massive. Look at it. What's that, like 12 inches?
That's like a...
It's like a pizza.
It's like a pizza.
Oh, it goes in the thing that goes round in the circle.
The spinning thing.
You really have never touched or handled this ever before?
No.
Never.
It's a first.
From way back way, you know that I don't play.
Even Drake, the world's most streamed artist, has now issued his back catalogue on vinyl after discovering they were being bootlegged. But for most fans of Justin Bieber and the other kings of streaming, this way of listening is ancient history. David Sillito, BBC News.